Hello everybody. Today we are going to see Introduction to SPSS. What is SPSS? SPSS is Statistical Package for Social Sciences. This topic is the need of the hour today. This tool, or we can say this package, is needed by the students, professors, students who are doing the project, either UG or PG, for analyzing their data, MPhil students who are doing their project again for analyzing the data, and for PhD scholars for analyzing the data. They need to have knowledge about SPSS. We can analyze the data manually because all of us have knowledge about the various truths: mean, median, skewness, kurtosis, chi-square, correlation, regression, ANOVA, one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA. Like that. We have factor analysis, like that. But when we use SPSS, we can do this in nanoseconds. Then leftover work will be interpretation. That also we can do it in a fraction of second. Okay, let us enter into SPSS in detail. Before going it into detail, we need to purchase SPSS or download trial version and install it in your computer. Okay, we will see what to do next. After installing SPSS in your computer, either the trial version or original version. Original version, sometimes you'll be getting it in the net, or you can go along with your trial version. Now we'll see how to open SPSS. Now that's in your computer. The version SPSS is in your computer. How to open SPSS. Okay. Procedure we are going to see. Go to Start. Go to Start in your computer. Click on the Programs. Then click on the SPSS Inc. and the SPSS version which you have downloaded. Am I clear? Some of you would have downloaded 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, like that. So which version you have downloaded, click that version. Am I clear to you? This is the procedure to open SPSS. Some of you will not be having it in the programs. You have to go to Programs in the C, and there you have to open SPSS. Okay? Yes, next we'll see. Okay. After opening SPSS, you will be seeing a data editor sheet. data editor sheet. That data editor sheet will be having a variable view and actually variable view and for display variable view and as well as the data view. It has two views, variable view and data view. First, I'll explain the variable view. The variable view will be, that is where also we will be creating the variables. I'll explain you how to create the variables in the coming slides. Okay. In the data view, after creating the variables, you will enter the data which you have collected. Data view, you enter the data, and the variable view, you create the variables. The variables contain the names and the details about the variables, like how many decimals must be there, what is the width, what is the type of the variable, like that also will be there. Okay. Yes, this is what also. So you have to create the data view, and as in the data view you will be just entering the data and the variables also you will create. First create the variables, then automatically in the data view you will enter the data. This is the thing. This actually you will be able to toggle between the data view and the variable view in the data editor. Okay. And one more thing I would like to say here, this sheet will be similar to that of the Excel sheet. This sheet will be similar to that of the Excel sheet. Okay. Yes. I'll just also show you how this sheet will be appearing. This is the way. I said it will be similar to that of the Excel sheet. Now, the columns represent the variables. The columns represent the variables. Am I clear to you? The columns represent the variables, and the data, this actually is the data view. The columns represent the variables, and the rows represents the cases. The rows represents the cases and the columns represents the variables. Am I clear to you? Okay. Yes. Now I'll explain you how to what all you will create in the variable view. In the variable view, in the rows, you say for example, two variables you are going to create. You will just type the first variable, creating the first variable. Say for example, ID number of the student. In that case also, that will be the first variable. That will be the first variable. That is the name of the variable. For example, ID is set, ID of the student. The name of the variable will be the ID. The type will be, here there are two types also. One will be the main things, and also there are so many. Also for example, numeric, string, and actually numeric, string, comma, scientific, like that and all. Mainly we are dealing with numeric and string. Now also when I say ID, if we have also only numbers, we will put it as numeric, and if we have also alphabets as well as numbers, we will put it as also string. Okay, numeric means it will allow us to enter only the numbers. Okay, and string means it will allow us to type and also both the alphabets as well as the numbers. Okay, now or also in case also when you are typing the name of the variable, you will be able to type only the name of the variable without any cap. Okay, next is also with actually it will be saying, and also normal by default it will be 8. If you want to increase or decrease according to the problem, you can increase or decrease. For example, name of the student is a maximum, it may go around 20 or 25. I must give it as 25, then only I can also, sorry, name of the student name, it's enough for, and also name of the student. If I want to type fully without gap, I have to type, and also then how many, what is the count I have to take. Say for example I am putting it as 15, then I must type it as, and also width I must give it as 15. Now then here I must give it as string type, I must give it as string. Say another, I will take another decimals. By default it will be 2. I can increase or decrease depending upon the problem. Say another example, I'll just give you decimals. Decimals and also mark. Say 1 decimal only is in the problem. Mark, that is a 0.5 alone is there, means I will reduce it to 1 decimal. Then or if say in the problem there is 3 decimals, means I will increase it to 3 decimals. So depending upon the problem I will give it. Label, say in the name I will give it as far as possible shortcut name. Label I will give it as the detailed explanation. Scale I'll explain it in detail in the coming slide. Okay ma? Yes sir. Now I said also earlier itself, now here at the bottom also there will be two views also, that is the two views will be there, the data view and also the data view and a variable view. If you are in variable view, you will be able to go to the data view by just clicking that button. And if you are in the data view, by clicking the variable view, you will be able to go to the and also data view. So like that also you will be able to toggle between the data and variable view. Am I clear to you? I said also the scale. This is very important, that you have to give the correct scale so that your analysis will be correct. So we will see what are the different kinds of scale. This one is actually nominal. The other one is, next one is nominal. The second one is ordinal. Then third one is scale. In the scale we have two types. One is interval and another one is ratio. One by one we will see. Nominal, in case when we say nominal, the objects or people or anything, we are categorizing it according to some criterion. For the sake of dividing, we are doing it. Say gender, that is male and female, we are dividing it just for the sake of categorizing the entire group. Say the whole BCom is divided into first BCom, second BCom, third BCom, like that. So in that case also we have also divided it into some category wise. Okay, so that is what, and also according to some criterion we are just dividing it. No analysis is also possible here. Okay, next one is ordinal. Here categories are ranked according to some characteristics. Say if you take also income, low income, high income, medium income or moderate income. Yes, they like that also we can also categorize them. That is what we call it as ordinal. Yes, next one is, I said scale. Here we have two categories. One is interval, the other one is ratio. Interval, they are having equal distance between units of measure, but they don't have zero. Calendar years, temperature, all these, they don't have 0 years. That is interval. Ratio, it has absolute zero, distance is equal, and they are consistent intervals also. Distance, weight and all are the examples for ratio. In the scale, yes, in the what is the variable view, you have to give the correct scale, otherwise also we will go wrong. Okay, am I clear to you? Now we are going to see, already I have explained once more with one more example. I will just give the data entry. Now I said there will be switching between the toggling between the data view and this is how also we will be toggling between the data view and the variable view. Okay, yes, actually click the now here for an example, campus, type the name campus, okay, without any gap. Okay, there are two words only. This problem arises. We will leave the gap. That will become a problem. It will not accept. It will say invalid. Okay, so don't leave any gap in typing the name. Okay, next one, type. Type will be, yes, you will type and also, yes, what you will type? If you are typing alphabets, use string. If you are typing only numbers, type numeric. With, depending upon how many decimals are there in the problem, you increase or decrease the decimals. Okay, label, you give the detailed one. Am I clear to you? Yes. Then next one is that also, I said also already, if it's going to be rupees or it is going to be scientific notation, you give whatever it is that. But normally in our problems we are concerned with numeric and string only. Okay, yes. Next also we will see, yes, yes, I told you how the decimals, this I explained to you. See another one and also we are entering. There is a, this is not case sensitive. We can just type either in the, what's the upper case also we can type 8 by 8 and so you can increase or decrease this I told you. Okay, yes. After creating the variables, you have to feed the data. After creating the variables, you will just feed the data. Well, after feeding the data, you will just save the data. You will save the data set. The data set will be saved as .sav. .sav. Okay, that is like a Word document is saved as .docx and XLX, that is for Excel, and PPTX for PPT, like that also. For SPSS it is .sav. Here the, it is what is the input data, that is whatever we are entering, that will be saved as data set, will be saved as .sav, and output will be saved as .spv. Okay, yes, now we will see how to one in base, say when you are entering the data, you might be coding the data. In that case, you have to create the labels. You have to create the labels. How to create the labels? How to create the labels? We will see. This is very important part. You must know. You would have coded when you are entering it also in the Excel sheet and also before transferring it to the SPSS. Like a male 1, female 2, age below 40, below 21, 20 to 30, like that, and 2, like that you would have coded. This, it must be passed on to the SPSS. That you will pass it by creating the labels. How to create the labels? How to create the labels? Now we are going to take a very simple example. We are going to code the male is equal to 1 and female is equal to 2. Here, creation of labels. When you want to create the labels, you will have also, yes, one is that you will just give a related variable name. Say here I am giving it as gender. Okay, related variable gender. In there also you have value label, value. You have value label, under that you have two value and value label. In the value I will give what value we have given for male. Male is equal to 1. 1. Value label male. Male is equal to 1. Then automatically this will get also yes, actually now it is grade. Add is grade. Now you give add. Give value 1. Then value label add. Now this add will get activated. When you choose add, automatically yes, this will be yes, you have to click add and then give. Say you have to add one more, so you give continue. Okay, and then again for female you give also two value label female add you give, and only when you give add, automatically this will be added in the box. Okay, then only after that also you just also give continue. Okay, yes, if by mistake if you are if you are typing some thing wrongly, in that case also you select that, and here automatically when you select it will be remove will be activated. There is an option called remove in that case, or the option change. You can change it or remove it, and again you can create it. Is it clear? Yes, when you are like that also don't forget to click add, only then here it will be added. Am I clear to you? Yes, like this only you have to create the label. Okay, yes, value label female only after that. Say no more variables are there, labels are there, in that case click OK. If you have to add one more label, in that case you have to click continue. Is it clear? Yes. Now I am going to give you for practice one problem. Yes, take down that particular problem. How would you put the following information into SPSS? Value is equal to 1, represents male, and value is equal to 2 represents female. Divide your page into 3 columns: name, gender, height. Janita, name alone you take: Janita, Sally, Donna, Sabrina, John, Mark, Eric, Bruce. Gender you take: 2, 2, 2, again 2. Remaining all 1. Height you take: 5.4, 5.3, 5.6, 5.7, 5.7, 6, 6.4, 5.9. Now what you will do? You will create the variables gender and height. Gender and height. Three variables you will create: name, gender and height. After creating it, you will enter it in the data view: name, gender, height. Before creating in the value you have to create 2, male is equal to 1, female is equal to 2. Then you have to enter it in the data view. You practice this problem and come tomorrow. If any doubt, we'll clarify it tomorrow. Thank you.